when you first started telling us about these books, you let us know that you were working on the sequel to True Blue.
Mm-hmm.
Can you remind me of the name of that one?
Rico's Revenge.
Okay. And Sherri and I had talked off camera a little bit, and so I know that she had a little touch, just a hint of writer's block, right, Sherri? Yeah. And so we also have a little visitor with us today. This is an awesome piece of tech. It is a, what did we decide we were going to call it, Sherri?
A smart typewriter.
A smart typewriter, that's right. And do you mind sharing with us, what this is, how it works, and why it's so neat?
This is by Freewrite. Freewrite is a company that specializes in smart typewriters, which is like the new wave of word processors.
Okay.
This particular one I had eyed for several months. Mm-hmm. This is the Hemingwrite. Mm-hmm. After one of my favorite artists, Ernest Hemingway. And as you can tell, it's already actually on. It's in resting mode. And when it's in resting mode, you can see that it has Ernest Hemingway's picture on it. And it has Ernest Hemingway's signature down here. And I really love the functionality of it because the keys have that typewriter feel, that little typewriter sound, but it's not obnoxiously loud. The good thing about the Hemingwrite or any of Freewrite's typewriters is they are gentle on the eyes and they are Wi-Fi compatible. So when you type in the processor, the smart typewriter, it saves and it goes to what they have is Postbox, and then it saves your document into Google Docs.
Sure.
Or yes, Google Doc or Dropbox, and then you can go in and edit there. Now I love this because it's it's aluminum, it has that stainless steel feel, and after time it will patina.
Sure. I was actually on the Freewrite website a few days ago, and I was, I not heard about these until Sherri told me about them, and I was so intrigued. And they have a couple of different options. That's beautiful. And I just love how, hopefully it comes through on the video, but so like Sherri said, this beautiful brushed aluminum finish, which is very pleasing to the eyes. And the keys are in a nice hunter green, if you will. The back is also green. It's just the touches, the finishes that are so nice.
It's very detailed. And somebody asked me, well, can't you do all that on a computer? Yes, absolutely you can. But I'm going to tell you, I've had the worst case of writer's block. And it has been very difficult when I get started. I get on the computer and I'm like, okay, I'm writing. I need to go right here and pay a bill. I had an alert over here. I need to go check my email, or I need to do this. Well, I go right here. There's nothing bothering me. And it's the sound. It's the feel of the keys. They just feel different, and I'm not getting 500 alerts that are distracting me. I feel like our computers are pulling us away from what is important in the literary world. It is a major distraction. Also, the screen is easy on the eyes. I don't get the fatigue and the migraines that I do at a normal computer.
Sure.
And if I mess up, I have the backspace, but I don't necessarily have to go in and fix it at that time. Sure. I don't have to correct it. I can go back and do my final edits on my Google Docs, and I have a program that I actually use to lay out my chapters before I upload it to the publisher called Scrivener, and so I use that and lay out my chapters.
Sure.
And can do my final edits there.
Now, I know you mentioned Wi-Fi, and that's to send the data to where it needs to be, but you can take this anywhere, right? Like you can go to the beach, you could go on a walk.
I took this to Tennessee this weekend, and I had already, you can see I've I had 1,000 words.
And now
and then
there's a few
2
more.
days I'm up to 7,400 words now.
That's awesome. I love that.
And I just connect to the Wi-Fi. And you don't have to necessarily be connected to Wi-Fi to type, just to upload it to your Google Docs.
Sure.
And they have different varieties. Of course, this is the top of the line. It's limited edition Hemingwrite by her. It matches Ernest Hemingway's typewriter. And I was a huge Ernest Hemingway fan. His story always fascinated me, being a journalist and then going off to World War I as a medic and getting injured, and then coming back, going to work with the Toronto Journal, and then writing For Whom the Bell Tolls and stuff like that. His story just fascinated me. Losing his wife, lost many of his scripts in a briefcase, left them sitting somewhere. I don't know who got them, but can you imagine having those scripts and not knowing, those manuscripts, and not knowing that that was Ernest Hemingway's scripts? But this was his typewriter that he always took with him. And you know, I know that, you know, no, it's not his, but that feel, it's just something special. But they have a small one, and in October they're coming out with some really funky colors. They have the mint and the lemon. I'm sure you saw that on the website.
That's it. They're really cool.
So they have different discounts. Of course, the Hemingwrite comes in this case, but they have cases for the others. I'm going to have this on Miss Tammy's website for the library. Anybody that wants to look at the Freewrite, you can get 10% off if you use the Freewrite code that I'm going to share with her, SM43WPA25. And again, it'll be in her link.
We'll link it.
We'll link it. And I have it on all of my social media links as well. It will not apply to the Hemingwrite, but they have different models. They have lots of options. And it is a great tool to prevent distraction in your writing. If you're doing research papers, if you want to be an author, I highly recommend getting away from the distractions of Facebook and the news alerts and the emails on the computer. Get back to basics.
Yes, and you're right. I definitely agree. Like, anytime I sit down at the computer, I mean, I'm bombarded with alerts, pings, notifications, and we just have grown accustomed to it, and you don't even think about it.
You don't think about it. And the screen is notorious for eye fatigue.
You're right.
It is a major distraction, and I am so tired when I sit in front of that computer, and I have felt so much better since I've had this tool and used it for my writing. I don't have the headaches, I don't have the eye fatigue and the strain, and I have been more focused on my writing.
Well, that is so fantastic. Well, we can't wait to have you back when Rico's Revenge is out.
I am looking forward to it, and finishing it, going on to book 3, and hopefully working out something with Netflix for a Netflix movie on the series.
Awesome. Well, that would be so amazing.
I'm excited about it.
We are too. Well, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me.